everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, in the last class, we are looking into the goods receipt process. In that, we have seen what is a GR block stock, right? What is a GR block stock and what is a normal stock? We have seen those kind of scenarios. So, today we are going to look into some of the return delivery process. Okay. So, what is a return delivery process? Means return delivery process through the Migo screen. So basically, let's say if you have received some of the product or received some of the item, you want to send it back to the vendor or the supplier. Okay, let's say they are sending some of the material which are not up to the mark or they are damaged material, so we can send it back to the vendor directly. Okay, so how we can do it? So first let's understand. So we have created this one. So in this process I have cancelled the last document, which is 105, when we have received the total quantity into our warehouse. So I'm not creating a new purchase order, but while you are doing the practice, you can create a new purchase order or you can do some partial kind of thing. Okay, so here if we see if we see this one. Okay, so here what we have done, here you can see 103 moment type gr into block stock. So we have received the quantity of 20. So 20 we have directly received into the block stock. Let's say when we do the quality analysis or quality check, we found that 15 quantities are good and 5 quantities are damaged. Okay, so in that case what we can do, we can receive the 15 quantities into our warehouse and we can send 5 quantities back to the vendor. Able to understand?
Yes.
So now we will be creating a document with this purchase order. So with this purchase order, I believe it is not updated in the server or in the database. That's why it is not showing. Okay, no problem. We will create one more purchase order. Is everyone practicing in the system? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. This is little bit slow. Take this one. Okay, so we will take this 709. Okay, so here 1000 quantity is there. Let's say I will say only. I believe this server is not working properly. Okay, so we are receiving the stock into the block stock. So let's say quantity is 10. Now let's check this one. Post this one. So now we have received the material into the GR block stock. Let's say after doing the quality check, we found that within this 10 material, let's say 8 materials are good and 2 materials are damaged. Okay, so in that case, what we need to do, let's say we will go to 105. We will take the same goods. We will take the same purchase order, and here in the quantity we can take 8 because we found that 8 quantities are good, so that material only we will be receiving from the. Okay, so now here, now we can check this one, now we can post this one. Okay, so we have posted this document. Now what will be there, let's say 2 materials are there which we need to send back to the supplier or vendor. Okay, now how we can send that? You can select the same. Here you can select the goods received. Here you can select the purchase order. Here you can enter the same purchase order number. Here you just have to enter the moment type as 124. Okay, if you sorry. So here you can see GR return block stock. Okay, so if you go down here, no problem. There are some things happen. This is the issue with the online server. Okay, so basically if you have the offline server, so you can go to the F4 selection and you can see what is the 124 moment type. So this is basically GR from return block stock. Okay, so you have to return this block stock to the supplier. So now what will happen? So if we go here, if we go to the quantity, here you can see automatically 2 has been selected. Okay, so now we can check where. So now here you can see 124 is for GR return block stock. So here you can see there is one thing is mentioned, reason for movement, why you want to send it back. So this reason for movement you can set it up. How you can set it up? So you can go to /o SPRO. Okay, can go here. You can go to material management. You can go to inventory management and physical inventory. You can go to that. So you can go to the movement type, and here you can see record reason for goods movement. Just execute this one. So here you can see reason for movement. So now here you can see there are some of the reasons are there. Here you can see for 124 there are reasons have been mentioned: poor quality, incomplete, damaged. So you can, if you want to enter something, you can also go to new entries and you can enter some of the reason over here, and you can mention some of the reason for the moment. Okay, able to understand? So here let's say we will be selecting as
Yeah. So here we only need to change the movement type
yes.
for the
Yes, for
okay.
sending it back, we just have to keep the same selection, just have to change the movement type. So this goods receipt, every goods receipt means every goods movement will work with the movement type. Whatever movement type you are selecting, as per that the process will go on. Okay, so now here we have selected reason as 3 for damaged. Okay, so now let's check this one. Now let's post this one. Now here you can see this material document has been posted. Now let's see this one. So here you can see in the quantity section, here you can see quantity order is 10, GR quantity is 8. Here you can see two quantity has been sent back to the your let's say supplier. Okay, now if there is any kind of requirement, let's say you want to send it back through any kind of SD delivery is there, then you have to set it up your like there is a different settings is there. Okay, you have to set your supplier as a customer so that you will be able to send them through SD delivery. So right now this is the return delivery, we are looking into it in the goods receipt section. Okay, or we can say in the Migo section we are doing the return delivery. Now
So
you
here
can
we need to do the discrepancy note or the here we need to do the discrepancy.
discrepancy means you have to write down the reason, or you are saying anything.
I'm a little bit confused here because if we order for the 10 goods and we receive the 8, then
Hmm?
we create the discrepancy note
No,
as we receive the less stock.
no, there is nothing like that one. Okay, so it is just you have received 8 quantities. Okay, let's say you are sending back 2 quantities to the supplier. Then again, let's say supplier is sending you back that 2 materials, or they can send you that 2 materials in the next delivery or something. They will be doing it. Okay, there is no discrepancy or anything, because we have all the, like whatever things you have received, you have received. Whatever things you have not received, that is not there. Okay, you don't have to create any discrepancy or anything. Okay, that is like 8 quantities. If you are ordering 10 quantities and you are receiving 2 quantities, 2 quantities are damaged, you are sending it back, right? So there is no discrepancy is required, so you are sending it back. And whenever the next delivery is, or let's say if you are not expecting a next delivery, so you can mention the other processes accordingly. Okay, how you can do it, so that also we will be looking into in the invoicing section. Okay, when we do the invoice section, how you can proceed for this kind of scenario. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, okay, so where are we now? In the purchase order history also you can see this quantity. Okay, quantity and all the details you can see it over here. So now let's understand one more scenario: return deliveries to the vendor in a normal condition. Okay, so if we want to send the material back to the supplier with respect to our normal, let's say with 101 movement type. Okay, so now let's say we will be creating one more purchase order. 3 4 we have created. Now let's say we have received the quantity with 10 movement type 101. Check this one, post this one. So now directly we have received the quantity with 101 movement type, means directly we are receiving the goods into our warehouse. Now after you have received the goods into your warehouse, you found that there are some quantities have been damaged. Okay, so now you have to send some of the quantities back to the supplier. So how you can do it? You can just select here goods receipt purchase order, same thing you can select this 4034. Okay, and here you just have to change the movement type to 121. Okay, 122 I believe, 122. Okay, so here you can see return to vendor. Okay, this is return to vendor 122 movement type. Okay, so movement type you can note it down for the first time, and if you are going to practice, you can just check in the drop down what kind of movement types are there. Okay, what kind of movement types are there, you can check it in the drop down. Okay, now we can see 122. So here you go to quantity, you can mention any of the quantity, because for this purchase order we have received 10 quantity showing us the full quantity. If you want to send some partial quantity, let's say 5 quantities are damaged, or 3 quantities are damaged, so you can mention 3 or 5. Okay, so here you can see reason for the movement, here you can mention the reason for the movement, here you can see movement type is return to vendor. Okay, now you can check, let's say we say incomplete, or we can say damaged material. Okay, so we can say damaged material. Okay, so now check this one, and now you can post this one. Okay, so now material we have sent it back to the vendor again. Okay, let's say the quantities are not good, so, or the quality is not good, so we have sent it back to the supplier with movement type 122. Okay, able to understand? We have received some of the
Yes,
quantity. Okay, we have received some of the quantities and we found that the material is not good, then we can send it back to the supplier. In the migo section itself we can return to the supplier. Okay, so now can we complete? So now there is a one more concept is there. Okay, you can send a delivery back to the supplier with a returns PO. So here we are directly doing with respect to our, in the migo section we are doing with normal purchase order. So this is a normal purchase order, you can say this one. Now you can say this is a normal purchase order. Okay, now you can go to the purchase order history and you can see this quantity has been received and this quantity has been sent back to the supplier. Okay, now this is a normal purchase order. Now what is a return purchase order? If you scroll down to right in a purchase order, here you can see there is a returns item checkbox is there. If you select this as a returns item checkbox over here, this purchase order will be created as a return purchase order. Okay, so now let's say we will go to this 33. Okay, we'll go to edit. Now here we will be mentioning, okay, I believe will not be a problem. So now what we need to do, let's say here we are putting this purchasing document number. With respect to that we will be creating a purchase order. Okay, so here you can mention 10 quantities, or you can mention 5 quantities, and here you just have to select, here you just have to select the return delivery. Okay, returns item. So now just save so check this one. Okay, now save this one. So now you can see 0035 is created. We'll go to goods received purchase order, remove this one. Yes, you are saying anything, Poonam?
yes, sir. We are using ME23 display purchase order depot, no? So how can we able to edit this?
There is a edit function is there. Okay, so you can also do the edit over there. Okay, okay, so it is the same function as of ME22, and so here also there is a edit button is there. Okay, you can change it and you will be able to edit it. Okay, no issues, you can do it. Either you can go to the ME22N, or you can simply in ME23 on also, you can just click on change or display. It will change to the, from display it will change to the edit mode. You can do it. Okay. So now in the goods receipt, here we can say 124. Okay. So here you can see, let's check with, okay. So here you can select the 101 moment type itself. okay, with the respect to purchase order. And in the item section, you can say automatically the movement type 161 is selected. Okay, you can see it, right? So 161 is automatically selected. We are entering the 101 movement type as per the standard. When we receive a purchase order, we are entering the 101, but while we are going to the item section, it is directly showing us 161 movement type, which is showing as GR returns. Okay, now in that you can send like the returns delivery, the return purchase order, you can send it back, or you can create a, let's say, return to the vendor with respect to 161 moment type. So you have to select 101 over